Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's fourth and final video. We're going to have a look at weather for 10 to 14 days for today's final video. Day 10 will take us to the 8th of May and we'll be able to extend that beyond that with the GFS and ECM Ensembles. Maybe run around a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at CFS B2 for May itself at the end of the video, and I should get on that for you in a moment. Just to say that first, the video today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast and also released every Friday EC42 day. So check out all of today's content. Thank you so much everybody for doing that. Like, share, subscribe on the vids, and we thank you so very much everybody for doing that, the GavsWeatherVids. Right, to start off with the CT, central temperature is still sitting at 8.3, which is just under half a degree above the 61 to 1990 average, and no change there from yesterday. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. Winds on Leeds today, red line 30-year upper air temperature average for Leeds. We're starting off a bit above average with both upper air temperatures at the boat. Slight drop in the beginning of next week, but then lifting up again. Generally above average with those upper air temperatures pretty much from beginning to end within the ensemble, taking us all the way into the middle part of May. Precipitation-wise, going to be regular rainfall spikes to come over the bank holiday weekend, so plenty of showers on the way. Next week turns drier though for 4 or 5 days. We get a wind day, the drier weather, and then over the Coronation weekend, we've been talking about in videos this week, and beyond that into second week of May, it looks like it turns more unsettled. Of course, how quickly that happens will determine on what sort of Coronation day we get. Temperature on it is on the 28th of April to 6th of May. They're coming out above average for UK, Ireland, through most parts of Western Europe. Cold and average temperature anomalies being pushed off into Central and Eastern Europe. And precipitation anomalies on the 28th of April to 6th of May, drier than average in many parts of Western Europe, including the UK and Ireland. Under a nice ridge of high pressure. Latest Windflow Map from earthnullschool.net shows that we're taking low pressure away to our east. That's the low that gave the wet weather yesterday. There's more low pressure in the Atlantic. In between, we've got a ridge trying to get going. It'll take a while to get that ridge going though, so it will be showering over the bank holiday weekend, and then by sort of Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll find ourselves under an area of high pressure. So that shows up very nicely on the UK Met Euro run for midnight on bank holiday Monday. That ridge trying to push up from the southwest, but still pretty slack gradients across the country. And Tuesday and Wednesday, high pressure strengthens them over to the east of the country. That turns being mostly dry and warm through the middle part of next week. And then into the second half of next week, that high pressure begins to slip back up towards Scandinavia. All of this low pressure in the Atlantic is starting to threaten to move in from the southwest, potentially bringing unsettled conditions in from off the Atlantic. But up to that point, which is midnight Friday, the high pressure is still just about standing its ground. Icon, again, looking like this with a shallow trough across the country. Ridge trying to get going out to the west, but a shallow trough up to the north anyway. Very slack gradients, bank holiday Monday through Tuesday and Wednesday. And Thursday again, high pressure really strengthening over to the east of the country, fending off these areas of low pressure. However, by the end of the week, this gets us to midday Friday, looks like these areas of low are starting to move in from the west and the south. So that's probably turning more unsettled by the end of next week, and could be looking a little bit dodgy there for the Coronation weekend. GFS midnight run, again with that trough in the north on bank holiday Monday. Otherwise, a ridge is trying to build up from the southwest for Tuesday and Wednesday. High pressure is strengthened over to the east of the country, bringing lots of dry and warm weather with it through the middle part of next week. As we get to the end of next week, into the Coronation weekend, the high pressure is holding its ground, actually, so that suggests a mostly dry Coronation there with the GFS, dry and quite warm conditions. Looking good. Up to day 10, which is the 8th of May, that's bank holiday Monday, the high pressure begins to slip southwards. Some lower pressure is out to the north and the west, and by the time we get just beyond day 10, which is to the 9th of May, But then we're beginning to turn more unsettled with low pressure coming back in from off the Atlantic. That turns us cooler and showery then as we go into the second week of May. Low pressure never far away, bringing showers and or longer spells of rain and cooler temperatures as well with winds in from the northwest. The GFS 6Z, the latest, showing that we get rid of the low pressure on Bank Holiday Monday, build a ridge through the country Tuesday, Wednesday, that ridge strengthening as well over the country, bringing lots of dry and quite warm weather with it. Into the second half next week, that high pressure still just about holding on, but low pressure trying to get in from off the Atlantic. What happens with the Coronation? Well, I think we bring a shallow trough in there to the south and west on the Coronation Day itself, which is 6th of May. So that probably turns a bit showery, especially in the south and southwest there for Saturday 6th. But by Sunday 7th, the high pressure actually builds back, fights back, and returns mostly dry and quite warm weather. So not too bad from both of those GFS runs for the Coronation weekend. Beyond that, though, just beyond that, day 9, start to day 11, I should say, start to break things down. And then we turn much more unsettled as we go through the second week of May, turning cooler and showery, a bit of low pressure digging in from the north. If you enjoyed the video, please think you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. We thank you so very much, everybody, for doing that. Right, GM, again with that high pressure ridging up, or trying to ridge up from the southwest on Bank Holiday Monday, but it's not really till Tuesday and Wednesday, but we strengthen the ridge into an area of high pressure. And then we go on into the second half of next week, high pressure trying to stand its ground, but low pressure is attempting to come in from off the Atlantic. What happens for the Coronation weekend, where it does look as though start getting some low pressure into the south there for the 6th of May, that bringing outbreaks of rain with it, and all looking rather slack and showery really as we go through the Coronation weekend with the GM. The high pressure just not quite strong enough to fend off these troughs and that from the south and from the west. So I think the GM is showery and relatively cool for the Bank Holiday weekend. Coronation weekend. And then the ECM at WF looks like this. So once again, the high pressure strengthening through the middle part of next week, being mostly dry, warm weather with it. That's Friday, high pressure trying to stand its ground, low pressure attempting to come in from off the Atlantic. Will the high pressure hold on? It doesn't really. So the ECM also turning showery here through the course of the Coronation weekend. Out of all of Mars, the ECM is probably the most unsettled actually for the Coronation weekend, I'm afraid. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from TemPshow.com. So some heavy showers to come over the Bank Holiday weekend on both Saturday and Sunday. By Monday, the trend should be towards drier weather. And then into next week, it's dry through most of the week, but outbreaks of shower rain begin to push back in by Friday to the south and to the southwest. That's the Coronation Day, suggesting heavy showers, maybe some longer spells of rain on Saturday the 6th, and then further showery bursts right way through to the 8th of May. Which is Bank Holiday Monday. So showery with ECM for the Coronation weekend. Bishop option on the table within the ECM Ensembles today for day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. This gets us to the 8th of May. 51 out of 51 members of the ECM Ensembles, all of them with lower pressure to our south and west. Higher pressure sort of easing up to the north, but still there. So it's turning more unsettled as we're going up to day 10. You see how that happens on the options here. So 156 hours before May, most of the options involving high pressure, and then gradually it shifts towards lower pressure, taken over by day 10. In 2 weeks' time, this is the option that we've got. This gets us to the 13th of May. 51 out of 51 members of the ECM Ensembles, again, all of them with high pressure to our north, somewhere between Scandinavia and Iceland, low pressure to the south and west. So that will bring in the wind from the east, and the wettest weather with that, most unsettled weather with that, will be in the south, maybe heavy showers, longer spells of rain, possibly even some thunder. Quite a showery sort of first half to May there. Or certainly second week to May, let's put it that way. The first week, remember, well, next week we'll have quite a bit of dry weather though. Okay, CFS V2 Monthlies. Finally, this is today's 700 millibar height anomaly for May. Suggesting high pressure above average heights to our south and also to our east. Below average heights, low pressure is out in the Atlantic. What this will do is bring up wind from a southerly or a southwesterly direction, and that's a warm wind direction, of course. So we go for significantly warmer than average rate in those red colours, which on the temperature scale is like 1 to 2 degrees above average, getting up to 3 degrees in, to our south actually. So a very warm May predicted there. Not much of a signal for precipitation. So to our east it's a bit drier, to our west it's a bit wetter. We're kind of in a no man's land. I suspect getting a lot of southerlies there, may be quite volatile with risk of heavy showers and thunderstorms, possibly longer spells of rain as well. The main thing is that it is predicting a very warm May. And we're done. If you enjoyed the video, please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so both doing that. Drop a comment, let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. We thank you so very much, everybody, for doing that. So I'll just tell you what's coming up tomorrow. Then I'm off to Milton Keynes, off to MK Stadium, Odeon Cinema to see Return of the Jedi. I haven't seen that on a big cinema screen since 1997, 26 years ago. Goodness gracious me, I'm so old, aren't I? I'm so old. I was actually alive when it was released originally back in 1983, but I was too young to go and see it then. But yeah, 26 years since I saw Return of the Jedi on a cinema screen. So I'm going to be seeing that later this afternoon and this evening. Anyway, just turning up tomorrow. So we're going to start on 6 a.m. UK weather forecast. We're going to have the second summer 2023 seasonal round. That gets 15 long-range ones together from the World Wind Forecast Centre to see what they're all showing for summer 2023 for only the second time this season. Big video, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Weekend forecast and a 10 to 14 day as well. And then on Sunday, again at 6 a.m. UK weather forecast, we'll have the 8th summer update. That's going to be a solar special this week, looking at solar cycle analogues. We've got GavsWeatherVids Sunny Roundup coming up as well at on Sunny over this weekend. So that's going to be epic. So a big weekend of content. And then, of course, on Bank Holiday Monday, we've got the historic weather video looking at those very warm, hot summers in the early to middle 1930s. So a big, long weekend of updates and videos. I hope you at least manage to catch up with some of the content. You have a wonderful bank holiday weekend, and for this one, that's all for now. I'll have to get my lightsaber out, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.